What up, MedManSports? We are back at it again with another fit and athletic morning, and we're going to be talking about goal setting today. I just finished a workout, which has nothing to do with anything, but I set some goals for myself. I want to get my cardio back. I've started running a couple weeks ago. I've completed about 4 runs this year, and what do I mean by runs? I mean, I go to the gym, and I go to the treadmill and I do a Peloton class. That is probably the weirdest thing I do. Anyways, I love these Peloton workouts, and you can find free versions of these workouts. Go to YouTube and just type in like treadmill workout. They're actually really fun, and it keeps you like more motivated on the treadmill. But I've started doing those. I've done a couple of those now, and I set the goal. I'm going on vacation in about 9 or 10 weeks now, in 2 months. And I'm going to Southern California. I'm not quite SoCal, but we're going to Newport Beach, and one day we're going to take a trip down to Torrey Pines to play some golf. I'm very excited for that. But back to related to running and setting my goals. I've set a random goal for myself. I haven't done big, long runs for a while, so I'm going to run a half marathon. Not a race or anything, but I'm going to run it like I am at a race. So I'm going to do it like a MedMan race, and I'm going to do it on vacation after my round at Torrey Pines. Anyways, if you want to run 21 kilometers, you kind of got to train for it, especially if you're getting a bit older. So how I'm going to do it, I'm going to be continuing with my MedMan 4x4 program. That does not change, but it's going to complement my running very well, because I can maybe shorten my sets a little bit of my MedMan program if I have big runs that day. Anyway, so I looked up a bunch of half marathon training programs for around 8 weeks, and they're all pretty similar, so I'm going to come up with my own today. Let me know what you think. I haven't really done any race running. I have an 8-week program set out in front of me with my big goals of the program. In week 3, I'm going to run a 5K race on the treadmill, of course. Then in week 6, I'm going to do a 10K race. I'm going to have 2 race days in week 3 and week 6. And then my big run, the final run, will be on week 8. That's going to be the half marathon day whenever I decide to do it. I'm going to be breaking my run program into sections. Section 1 is weeks 1 to 3, which is leading me up to that 5K race. I'm going to try to run 2 or 3 times a week and then slowly building up the kilometers. I'm just going to be trying to make sure I'm running more each week. And then on that 3rd week, I'm going to try a couple longer runs, maybe like a slower paced run right before my 5K, and I'm going to hit that 5K race day, and then we'll see where our pace is at. And then same idea, weeks 4 to 6, we're going to do the same thing, where week 6 is going to be race day. And then I'm going to try to focus on maybe longer runs, at least maybe I'll do 3 runs each week in week 4 to 5, okay? And then we're going to hit that, again, week 6, we're going to do that 10K race. We're going to try to go at like a race pace, trying to do like hard. Hopefully I can do it around like 45 minutes. That would be crazy, but anything under 50 I should be pretty happy with. We have 2 weeks left until the big half marathon day, okay? So hopefully I'm going to run this on the beach. How cool would that be? In Newport Beach, I'm doing a half marathon just in the morning. It'll be super fun. I can't wait to vlog that. Anyways, so yeah, week 7, I'm going to kind of start the week with a very long run. Do something maybe like 12 to 15 kilometers, like the longest I've done. And then the rest of the week is just going to be short, easy runs, tapering off, getting ready for my vacation. And then week number 8, I'm going to hit that half marathon. What's your time prediction, everyone? Granted, let me give you a little running background of MedManSports. I played soccer my entire life, probably up until I was like 24. And when I was 23, I just ran a marathon without training, but because my soccer was my training, and I did it in 4 hours and 53 seconds. I think I can find that somewhere online, or 4 hours and 1 minute, whatever. In high school, when I weighed 50 pounds less and I was the same height, I also did a 5K in 19 minutes. It was like just around 19 minutes. I don't know exactly what it was, but that's one of my big goals. I want to break 20 minutes again. I probably can't do it realistically before my half marathon that I'm about to run. But yeah, for now, we're going to focus on this big long run. Make it like a challenge. I've been watching a lot of The Challenge. That game show. It's so sick. And I want to be prepared that one day I might go on The Challenge, okay? So how do I do that? You got to be good at running. The winners are always good at running and swimming. So I want to focus on running now. With one day, eventually, I'll get to swimming. Maybe turn this into an Ironman or something. Anyways, I just realized I babbled. And I hope this helped you guys, though. Set some goals, everyone. Set some challenging goals for yourself. Actually, one more tidbit before we head out. Set some challenging goals for yourself, guys. That's how you stay motivated. At least that's how I stay motivated. I set this unrealistic goal, run a half marathon in 2 months, and I haven't been running for the past like 10 years. I'm going to set myself this very challenging goal and get myself motivated to get going. Get better at cardio. I want to be a fit guy, Let's do it, MedManSports. I'm out. Peace.
Wow.